How you doing, everyone? And welcome to Dreadnought Gundam and More on PS4. And this is the 2020 Dreadnought PS4 Leaderboards. We did something like this last year called Math's Math, but I think that I would focus a little more on just the leaderboards. It's something that is not based on a popular vote, and if I do have a vote again, I think it's going to be on what people want from the game or hope to see. Even though I think the vote went well, I think this year we're just going to keep it to a simple leaderboard. Now, the leaderboard is very hit and miss in the game. Sometimes not all people are represented, so I had to wait until all the data was coming in, and I made a cutoff of Christmas. So if these leaderboards have changed since then, we're just going to have to roll it over into the next year, which is, of course, 2021. But I thought we would have a mini celebration by celebrating all of the players that have made the game so legendary and great. Now I'm going to include screenshots so we can see basically the top 16 players, but it is going to be top 10 in every category, and every category will be weighed the same. So there will be no KD ratio or win-loss ratio is more important than number of battles. It will all be weighed evenly. And then at the end of reviewing the leaderboards, we will have a top 10 for 2020 overall leaderboard position, and that is a very, very simple mechanic. Basically, I counted how many times a player made it to the top 10 leaderboard position of each of the categories shown here in game, and if there was a tie, then I would basically do a reverse add. I would add the number of the position that they were in, and the lower number would win the slot. So let's say two players had shown up on 4 of the leaderboards, and the one player was number 1 twice, number 10 once, and number 5 once, and the second player was number 9, number 7, number 6, and then another one at number 10. Obviously, the second player, although scored on the leaderboards 4 times as the other player did, the overall first player had better positioning and therefore would win the slot. And this happened a couple times in the top 10 list, but I just wanted to let you know how I calculated it. And of course, there was a tie for first place, and it was very exciting, and it was very, very close for several positions. And many of these players still play the game, and the ones that don't are so legendary that I thought it would be wrong to not include them. And plus, I would have to make criteria, and I don't think that's very fair. The only criteria I had was that there were some statistical anomalies, one in particular which you will see. One player played, I believe, 1 game and had an insane first game and then never played again, and they had like a KD win-loss or one of these categories were very high, but they only played 1 game, so I don't think that should count. Whereas one player in particular had 458 matches and doesn't really play anymore, but I remember seeing them in legendary mode, and I think if you sit through 458 matches of Dreadnought, you have earned the right to be on the top 10 list, especially when some of us have been playing for 1,000 hours and have played thousands of battles. If we can't dislodge that person that only played 458 games, I still think that matters. I still think that player deserves the spot that they fought so hard for in that 458 matches. So that's the only caveat or exceptions. If I see a player that played 1, 2, 10 games, I don't think that is a legendary status, and I consider that a statistical anomaly. But we didn't have many of those. So without anything further, instead of making this a really long video like the 2019 leaderboards, I thought we would jump right in, name all the players that are top 10 in each list, and then give the overall top 10 leaderboard status for 2020. Although for the purposes of this video, no category is weighed more than another, we have to look at total battles and see how amazing some of these players are and what their dedication is to the game. So I like to pay special attention in this category. This shows some of the commitment that players have for the game and how long they've been playing. In 10th place we have Patches, 9th place King Kazaa, 8th place DDXmas, and up to now we have 7,000 matches. Just below DDXmas we have in the high 6,000s. For 7th place we have Black Reaper, 6th place Fiery Titan, 5th place Great Jazzman, 4th place Chudwig, 3rd place Defrog with almost 9,000 battles, 2nd place Garen Wade, 9,515 battles, and would you believe it, 1st place Scroat, 10,232 battles. This is another important category to show the commitment that some of us have put into this game. And it's when you kind of gloss over it and you think about this category, it doesn't seem that important until you really get down to the amount of time some players have spent in the game. So without any further delay, for battle time, 10th place, Fiery Titan with 850 hours. Then in 9th place, General Nemesis, a warrior and a gentleman. 8th place, Patches. 7th place, King Kazaa. 6th place, DDXmas. 5th place, Great Jazzman, and we're getting into 920 hours of play. We're breaking 1,000 with 4th place, Defrog. 3rd place, Scroat. 2nd place, Black Reaper. And 1st place, the player that has played Dreadnought the most on PS4, Garen Wade, with 1,166 hours and 59 minutes played. For the win-loss category, in 10th place we have Great Jazzman, 9th place Yulse, 8th place Lord Meatspin, 7th place Papa Khan, 6th place Wakshini, 5th place Mooks55, 4th place Valorous, 3rd place Dominant Trauma, good for you DT, 2nd place Scroat, and 1st place Persistent Flame. For KD ratio category, we have a statistical anomaly in 9th place, someone that played only one battle, and I think that should not count for the purposes of the 2020 Direct Dreadnought leaderboard video. So although this player still has 9th place, GGay37, I'm afraid I'm going to have to remove you as a statistical anomaly and go with 10th place, Persistent Flame, 9th place, Wakshini, 8th place, Malefexus, 7th place, A Hot Shower, 6th place, Scroat, man, he's showing up a lot on this, 5th place, Papa Khan, 4th place, Great Jazzman, 3rd place, Vasilius, which is the first subscriber to my channel, 2nd place, Yulse, and 1st place, some guy named Matthias Atva. For total score, in 10th place we have Papa Khan, 9th place, Mooks55, 8th place, King Kazaa, 7th place, DDXmas, 6th place, Chudwig, 5th place, Defrog, 4th place, Patches, 3rd place, Great Jazzman, 2nd place, Fiery Titan, and 1st place, Scroat. For average score, we run into another statistical anomaly. At 1st place, we have Jix, and that I don't even know what's happening here because the average score is 3,000. For the purposes of this video, which again is just for the community and doesn't mean anything to Greybox or the game itself, it's nothing official about this, we're going to have to disqualify Jix in 1st place because Jix has only played 2 battles and the average score just doesn't pan out right. Very good 2 games, but when you've only played for 24 minutes, I don't think that you qualify to be on the leaderboard for the legendary players of Dreadnought on PS4. So we are going to instead award 10th place to Scroat, 9th place to Patches. In slot number 9, we have Amber Starlight. 7th place, Papa Khan. 6th place, Just Relentless. 5th place, Yulse. 4th place, Persistent Flame. 3rd place, I'm Your Father Seba. 2nd place, Azui. And 1st place, Fiery Titan. For total kills, in 10th place we have Black Reaper. 9th place, DDXmas. 8th place, me. 7th place, RG1 Ninja. 6th place, Schludwig. 5th place, Mooks55. 4th place, Fiery Titan. 3rd place, DeFrog. 2nd place, Great Jazzman. And 1st place, Scroat. For average assists, we do have some statistical anomalies, and even though these people are on the official game leaderboards, and that's all that matters, because remember, this is just a video that I'm putting out for the Dreadnought community on my channel, but I am going to have to remove a couple of these because they are statistical anomalies, especially Jigay37, who's only played one match and logged 12 minutes in the game, and I don't believe that one lucky match makes someone deserve, in the spirit of the game, the top slot in a category when some of these players have played thousands of matches, and I think the community may agree that they would deserve it more. So I'm also going to have to take Mod Lava out of the mix, because Mad Lava is actually a friend from another game, and I really hate to do this. We used to play many matches in another game, and that game was Tom Clancy's End War, and it was a great game. I do miss that game. I consider it the best real-time strategy game ever, and it was on PS4. But I'm sorry, Mad Lava, you haven't played the game enough, and I don't think it'd be fair to the players that still play or have played so much in the past. So we're going to have to do a little shuffling here. Forgive me if I get the ranking wrong. I'll try my best. But I think we're going to have to give 10th place to Great Jazzman, 9th place, Amber Starlight, 8th place, Scroat, 7th place, Ares, God of War, 6th place, I'm Your Father Seba, 5th place, Mooks55, 4th place, Blitz Necro, miss you Blitz, wish you came back some more, 3rd place, Lord Meatspin, 2nd place, Persistent Flame, and 1st place, Yulse. For total heal points, at 10th place we have Great Jazzman, 9th place, Schludwig, 8th place, Captain Crank, 7th place, Framed Earth, 6th place, Fiery Titan, 5th place, Stardust Reborn, 4th place, Morbull, 3rd place, G420, 2nd place, Dr. Bree, 1st place, Patches. For average heal points, we have Stephen Brooks at 10th place, 9th place, Foxhound, 8th place, Miramax Prime, 7th place, Sinfate, 6th place, Dr. Bree, 5th place, Stardust Reborn, 4th place, Shades of Green, someone I used to run with, miss you Shades, 3rd place, Patches, 2nd place, Morbull, and 1st place, G420. For total assists, we have in 10th place, Garen Wade, 9th place, Fiery Titan, 8th place, RG1 Ninja, 7th place, DeFrog, 6th place, Dr. Bree, 5th place, King Kazaa, 4th place, Great Jazzman, 3rd place, Judwig, 2nd place, Patches, and 1st place is Scroat. For average assists, we run into a bit of statistical anomaly. We have a 10th place, Troncho, and at 168 battles and 21 hours playing, I believe this is of the cusp where I made the decision that this isn't quite enough game time to be a true member of the leaderboard. So this may be controversial, but I'm going to grant 10th place to Great Jazzman for the purposes of this video, which in actuality doesn't mean anything to anyone. So should be taken with a grain of salt. This is just a celebration of the game, but I am going to mention that Troncho does have the official 10th place. For purposes of this video, I believe we're going to give 10th place to Great Jazzman. 168 games just isn't enough to really put you in legendary status. When you get to 300, 400, 500 matches, I think we can consider you a true legend, while some of us have upwards of 10,000 matches. So please don't get mad, Troncho, but I think for the purposes of this video and the player community in Dread Chat, we're going to award 10th place to Great Jazzman. 9th place is going to Draconis Israel. 8th place is going to Fireball. 7th place, Shades of Green. 6th place, King Kazaa. 5th place, Chudwig. 4th place, Megastudo. 3rd place, Dr. Bree. 2nd place, Captain Crank. And 1st place, Patches. Okay, so now that we've reviewed all of the leaderboard categories in the game, and we've had a chance to look at many of the names that came up just below the top 10 list, you know, there are many other players that almost made it, and we should take a quick look, maybe pause the video a couple times, or look in the game yourself and give respect to some of the people that put some time and effort into the game and make the game so much fun for the rest of us. But I have spent way too much time tabulating data, and I did it around Christmas, and I didn't get a chance because of work to put the video out till now. But we have a top 10 overall list for 2020 for Direct Dreadnought, Gundam and more on PS4. And I did this to review as the number of times you showed up in each category being weighed exactly the same, with no one category being considered more important than the other. Because after all, what use is a good kill-death ratio if you don't have a great healer behind you keeping you alive to get those kills? So each category is just as important. And when we had a tie for someone that had as many slots on the top 10 of that category as another, we had to compare where they were in the rankings and do a little math to come up with this overall top 10 list for 2020. So let's not split hairs about the details and jump right into the list. In 10th place, we have Mooks55. 9th place, Yulse. 8th place, King Kazaa. 7th place, Dr. Bree. 6th place, DeFrog. 5th place, Chudwig. 4th place, Fiery Titan. 3rd place, Patches. 2nd place, almost taking 1st place. Almost. Just shy. Great Jazzman. 2nd place, Jazz, not bad. But the 1st place scored on the leaderboards as many times as Great Jazzman, but scored slightly higher in some of the leaderboards. And when you did the math, just barely came out on top. And that is, of course, Scroat1 is the top leaderboard position, showing up on 9 separate leaderboards, many of the times in 1st place. But when he wasn't in 1st place, he was still on there and still in a good position. So congratulations to Great Jazzman too. I mean, Great Jazzman is always on that leaderboard. Yulse hasn't played in a long time. Some of these players haven't played in a while and haven't been dethroned. Yulse is still on there. King Kazaa still plays once in a while, is on there. Dr. Bree is climbing up the leaderboards, getting better every day. Patches is, when it comes to assisting, healing, average healing points, and many other categories, Patches is as solid as they come. If we had a list for top healer, he would be way up there, let me tell you. Fiery Titan is a force of nature, still plays the game, and has firmly earned all of his spots, as has DeFrog and Chudwig. Both of them are amazing. DD doesn't play much anymore, but DD still plays once in a while, and Mooks55 still terrorizes everyone once in a while, just to remind us that no matter how awesome we think we are, we're never safe from a dangerous and agile Nevis player. Congratulations, everyone, and I hope you as the viewer had a chance to look at slots 11 through 16. If you're on Dread Chat, thank you for tuning in and watching. I thought you guys would appreciate this video the most, but I think this is going to be somewhat popular for the rest of the Dreadnought players as well, and also maybe give you some negative attention, so when someone named Scroat shows up, maybe you might pay attention to them a little more if you're a noob and you've watched this channel and you've heard some of these names, and you will treat these players with respect and consider them dangerous or good at what they do, and also respect how long they played the game, and that this is the PS4 core base right here that keeps the game going and makes it so fun and challenging, especially in Legendary Mode Tier 4, Tier 5. Well, everyone, I hope you have a very fun and safe New Year's Eve, and I hope your hangover, if you have one on New Year's Day, isn't that bad. I'll try to put out one more video for 2020, and then we will start new in 2021, and I plan on addressing some things that are maybe outside just replays. I want to revisit tactics, and I definitely want to have another player poll, but instead of doing a popularity contest, I think we should focus on doing a little data research on what people want in the game, what they like, what they dislike, what's overpowered, what's missing, or some things they want to see in the market, or some features of the game that are feasible within reality, and maybe we can send that over to Raydog and see what can be done about it. I also want to look at some balancing issues and some gameplay tactics and strategies, and I hope to do this soon and keep Dreadnought going and interesting and give you some feedback, some knowledge, and hopefully if you've been on my channel the last 2 years and have picked up any tips or pointers, or have enjoyed at least one video and I have made your time on this channel worthwhile and brought a little bit of joy to your life, and I thank you for tuning in. So that wraps it up for the 2020 leaderboard, and I'll see you soon in Sinley Bay.